History of British plunder and exploitation in the Indian subcontinent. In 1757, after the Battle of Plassey, British East India Company rule began in the Indian subcontinent. But this rule was really based on looting and colonial exploitation. They planned to turn this very rich region into a poor one over centuries. This started in 1757 with the defeat of Nawab Siraj ud-Daulah in the Battle of Plassey. Then in 1756, the East India Company got the Diwani right in Bengal, which meant full control over collecting taxes. From then on, they began taking state wealth for themselves. Under Lord Clive's order, they looted 2.5 crore rupees just from Murshidabad, which is equivalent to about 600 million in today's US dollars. This helped fund a big part of Britain's economy at that time. Also, the East Indian Company put extra heavy taxes on farmers. During Mughal times, taxes were 10 to 15% of production, but the British raised it to more than 50%. This destroyed the farmers. Not only that, they forced farmers to grow commercial crops like indigo, opium, cotton, and others, which caused food shortages. Even during British rule, the Indian subcontinent faced more than 12 major hunger crises, most of which were man-made or due to administrative failures. For example, in the 1770 Bengal hunger crisis, more than 1 crore or 10 million people died because of the company's exploitation tax policies and exporting food. On the other hand, in the 1943 Bengal crisis, about 3 lakhs or 3 million people died. The reason was that during World War II, the British government raised food price unnaturally high. Winston Churchill commented during this hunger crisis. He said, "If food is scarce, why haven't Gandhi and Indian died yet?" Along with this, the British government also drained capital from India. The idea of drain of wealth was first given by Dadabhai Naoroji. He showed how every year thousands of crores of rupees were sent to England by the East Indian Company and later the British government. Every year, 10 to 20 million pounds sterling were taken from India's treasury to Britain, which reduced Indian income and investment. With this money, Britain built railway, industries, bank, and universities in England. Also, the muslin and the silk fabric from Bengal in India were world famous. Dhaka's muslin was so fine that it could fit in one fist. The British destroyed this industry and forced the import of the cloth made in Britain. There are even historical stories of cutting off the hand of the Bengali muslin worker so they could not make any more. At the same time, in the name of infrastructure development, the British built railway and various roads in India, but the goal was to take away the resources and goods easily. India's railway system was not funded by England, but built with the money from Indian taxpayers. In 1750, India's share in the world's GDP was about 24%. When the British left in 1947, it had dropped to 3% only. India became an exporter of raw material and a market for British goods, even though it was once an industrialized country. To keep Indians mentally like slaves, Lord Macaulay said in 1835, "We must create a class of persons India in blood and color, but English in taste, in opinion, in moral, and in intellect." This means they created a group that started to look down on their own history, language, and culture and saw British civilization as the best. For almost 200 years, the British didn't just rule, they planned to destroy the economy, the industry, the culture, and self-confidence of this region. The wounds they left still affect the whole subcontinent today. India was the biggest victim of their colonialism, and the British Empire was built on the looted wealth of this subcontinent.